Another $1,000 for in about 8 minutes, 2:30. Going to be that next keyword to go fund to yourself. So listen, each one of those got $1,000 attached to it. Who couldn't use $1,000? Mary could buy herself a whole pack of belch catchers and the whole bit.
You didn't like my burp.
Man, did she let one go in the break.
Here's what
Holy
it is.
cow. From where did that derive?
Like,
What have you been drinking?
Bubbly Bounce.
Ah, okay.
Caffeinated sparkling water. This one is
What flavor?
blood orange grapefruit.
Blood orange. All right.
These are nice because they have nothing, no calories, no sugar, no nothing, and 35 milligrams of caffeine.
You don't like flat water.
I do. I mean, I'm fine with flat water, but if I want caffeine, I don't know that there's a caffeinated flat water option. Is there? I've never heard of that.
Don't know. I mean, things don't have to be
called coffee.
Things don't have to be caffeinated. Things don't have to be carbonated to be caffeinated, correct?
Right, but I'm saying as far as flat water goes, I've never seen a caffeinated bottle of water.
Caffeinated flat water. There's something called, because I drink Hint water a lot. There's something called Hint Buzz, I think.
Okay.
And I think that's caffeinated flat water.
Okay.
I think. Anyway.
The big burp came from eating
Big
too quickly and
guttural
then
thing.
chugging half a.
It was impressive.
It was a good one.
Even when I burp, I never, well, you guys know, I'll get like it'll crawl, not even that. It'll just kind of limp out of my throat. I can never get one of those big.
This one had some
guttural, like from the taint.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
move things. Yeah.
Yes.
I get those.
The Cavaliers are looking to win their 6th straight tomorrow night. They played the Celtics last week in Boston, beat them. So they'll play them here at home tomorrow night. 7:30 is your tip-off. Cavs, Celtics, here on MMS from the Romo Fijo. 7 o'clock is when Cavs Live pregame will begin. And as today is the first day of November, you can start using the promo code PUMPKIN for 20% off at CLE Clothing Company. We carved a pumpkin on Sunday and then forgot to put it out. So I guess we'll have to put it out as like a fall gourd with a face
there you
rather than a
go.
jack-o'-lantern. Because we always let our daughter draw the face that's going to be on the jack-o'-lantern. And when she was like 2 or 3, she just did 2 points for eyes and a small line for a mouth, and that's exactly what we carved. And she didn't do much more than that this year. She's not getting too crazy with it. So I pull out my drill for the eyes, and we carve a mouth, and that's it. But I forgot to put it out. So it's going to have to... Well, because she woke up with a 102-degree fever.
Oh, no.
So she didn't get to go trick-or-treating, anything like that.
Oh, is she okay?
Yeah, she's okay. But so that was a real bummer for her. But in the midst of all that, being up most of the night and all that, on Sunday night, last night, I forgot to put the stupid pumpkin out.
Dummy.
And we're cooking the seeds,
Come on.
toasting the seeds, the whole bit. Because I don't really care about Halloween, but that kind of stuff is fun.
Yeah.
I like carving a pumpkin.
Sure.
Why not? I don't get too crazy with it, but it's all right. But I forgot to put it out. So do you think that it's poor form now to put a candle in it?
Do whatever you want. It's your
Or you get
pumpkin.
those plastic, well, I mean, for safety issues. I mean, does anybody care about that anymore? Do people put candles in their pumpkins?
We
Or
have
do you
the
get
plastic
those, yeah, the
ones
battery-powered.
from like the Dollar Tree or something. Get
Okay.
like a pack of 10 of them.
I don't
They-
think those
they
tea
last
light ones. If you have it
25
on a
minutes.
concrete porch.
yeah, like a little votive
I
light
think
or
it's fine,
something.
Yeah.
It's just annoying because I feel like they blow out. Like you're going to be out there relighting it unless you don't care. You know what I mean? The smallest gust of wind and your candle's out.
That's probably true.
Well, that's why I have my pumpkin cam on 24/7. So once it's out there,
Pumpkin.
anytime it goes out, I can run out there, relight it, and then return to what I was doing.
Watching the pumpkin.
Watching the pumpkin. So I'm sitting there watching the whole thing. It's a little difficult because it's in black and white and it's super grainy. So sometimes I'll just look out the window to see if it's like, oh, it's still lit. And then they go, what? And I go, the pumpkin is still lit. They go, who cares? I go, well, I thought you guys did.
Gourd season.
It's gourd season.
Duh.
It's named, of course, in honor of the late Gord Downey. But, yeah, so very excited about that.
I thought it was after the Gordon's Fisherman.
No, he knows what you did last summer.
Ah.
Gord Downey was much more of a fall figure. Hey, speaking of basketball, the Nets cut Steve Nash.
I saw that. That was crazy. What, 6, 7 games in the season? They've only won 1, and he had a major blow up during one of the games, got thrown out, and they're just like, you know what, Steve? You were the problem. You got to go.
Yeah, I think they're partially blaming him for all the things that are wrong with that team.
Well, Kevin Durant wanted to trade because he wanted a new coach, and they kept Steve Nash, and then they get rid of him 6 games of the season. It's like, you could have fired him at the end of the season and got someone new, and now this season's going to be a mess. You got Kyrie being anti-Semitic. You got all this stuff going on with the Nets. They're 1-5. They got their coach fired. Just a mess over there.
Yeah, Kyrie's own teammates are wearing T-shirts there on the sideline that say, fight anti-Semitism. You wouldn't think that you'd have to wear a T-shirt like that, but it's America in 2022, and everything old is new again.
He was promoting a movie that was like anti-Semitic. Is that what it was?
Something,
Correct.
I guess.
It was like a documentary or something.
Yeah, he says that's not him. He's an omnist. He's like, I just like talking about stuff that people are talking about and whatever.
But he was also the anti-vaxxer.
Kyrie thinks he's smarter than he is. Huh?
He was also the anti-vaxxer, right?
Right.
He sat out several games because he didn't want to get the vaccine.
That's right.
Okay.
So I think this was Steve Nash's first head coaching job.
Correct.
So he didn't leave a huge footprint with the team, but whatever. He's got a hot wife. He's got a few tiny kids. The guy is in amazing shape. He's still got his vertical.
Well, he never had a vertical.
Huh?
He never had a vertical.
No, I mean his hairline.
Oh, okay.
And that's a very important thing when you're
kind of back there.
What's that?
He's getting more forehead these days.
Well, he is, but it's more in the backcourt these days, but he's doing okay. So Jacques Vaughn will now be the head coach. The Nets are playing the Chicago Bulls tonight.
Now, maybe this will be what they need, because the year that the Cavs won the championship was the year that they fired David Blatt halfway through the season.
David Blatt. I forgot about that guy.
Handed the reins over to Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn Lue.
One of the Game of Thrones guys, I believe.
And then we went all the way.
There you go. Now Ty Lue's a coach of the Clippers.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. Used to be my neighbor. Well, so Steve Nash, who knows? Somebody will grab me. He'll always have that name drop in that Nelly Furtado song back in the day. This is very exciting. Remember that song?
He also has MVP awards.
Yeah, MVP like Steve Nash. Remember that 3-month period 15 years ago when everybody had Timbaland on their song?
Oh, yeah.
Guy been around forever. One summer he decides, I want to be on the mic. I want to be on everyone's album. I'm not happy just producing anymore.
It was a good summer for him.
It was a really good summer. That's when Nelly Furtado got all slutty. She used to be like a bird.
She'd fly away.
Yeah, she was a real hippie.
Yeah, she was. She smelled like patchouli, and she does know she's going to be next week. It could be. And then they're like, yeah, this ain't selling records. Okay, well, what if I wear a mini skirt?
Now you're talking.
That's might happen
we
there.
Hear.
Something might happen there. You never hear about Fergie's jam band, do you? Nope. Smart.
Is her first name Ferguson?
Mm-hmm. Ferguson is her name. And formerly of the Black Eyed Peas is her game. Her name's Stacy. Now, I don't know
Where's
if
the Ferguson come. Where's the Fergie come from?
Ferguson is her last name.
Stacy Ferguson.
Stacy Ferguson.
Okay.
She was my friend's prom date back in Phoenix. Now, I don't know if her name is Stacy F. Ferguson. It might be Stacy Ferguson. But I don't know. I'll have to ask him. Hey, did you guys ever, it was very short-lived. It was high school after all. But I'll have to ask him, hey, did you guys ever get to that so-important, what's your middle name portion of your relationship? That's probably a first date question. Hey, what's your middle name? And she goes, guess. And he says, Ferguson. And she goes, that's my last name. Well, is it also your middle name? And she goes, yes, trick question. And you nailed it.
I had a friend named Adam Bryan. That was his name. But his last name was Bryan, and he had everyone convinced for, well, at least me,
Wait. This went from everyone to just you.
Well, because I can't speak for other people, but it was like he would tell everybody that his name was Adam Brian, and it was Brian was his middle name, and then Bryan was his last name.
I like that.
And I was like,
Boutros Ghali.
I was like, who would name you Adam Brian? And they told me, like, no joke, probably 2 years later, he's like, yeah, that's not my middle name. I was like, I don't know.
No. But you told me that it was.
What am I supposed to know?
Why is it my fault that you lied to me?
Right.
I took you at your word.
She doesn't ask enough questions.
I don't. I just don't assume people are going to lie. Like, oh, cool. Adam Brian.
And yet that's all people do.
Right.
Especially to you, it seems like.
No, I'm just because
you never see it coming.
Gullible.
Huh?
I'm trusting and gullible.
I know.
I think it's a good trait to have.
All gullible people do. Hey, I've got $1,000 here for you. It's a chance to go fund yourself. Listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword credit at WMMS.com. That's credit. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Listen. Oh, Stacey F. Ergeson is her name. Stacey Frances Ergeson. What's Poundcake's middle name?
Your name.
Oh, that's right. Hey, I've got Kids Corner for you.
It ain't easy being a kid. Now look at what you gone done did. Whoa, it's time for Kids Corner. Kids Corner.
You know, we have bureau chiefs in the great state of Indiana all over the place. We've got him in Jeffersonville. We've got him in the hellscape that is Indianapolis. We've got him in suburban Indianapolis. And we have Terry, who listens to us in Crown Point, Indiana. And she was the person who sent me the story about a 5th grade teacher. This is Northwest Indiana, so this is kind of the just outside kind of the greater Chicago metropolitan area there. A 5th grade teacher in Crown Point, Indiana, was arrested and charged with a couple of felonies after she told one of her students that she had a kill list of students. And they made her sign, this is at a Catholic school, they made her sign a no contact order. This is a 25-year-old girl, by the way, fresh out of college or whatever. I don't know what you got to do to be a teacher anymore. Seems like you just got to have a pulse these days. She had to sign a no contact order. She didn't object to that. But they charged her with a bunch of felonies after she told a student, "How was school today, honey?" "Oh, it was great. Miss Carrasquillo told me about her kill list of students and staff." So, I mean, I could see having a problem maybe with some coworkers. Who doesn't have a coworker that they look at and they go, "Son of a bitch," right? But students, like you're the teacher. I didn't tell you to get into teaching. Why do all these people act like they fell into teaching? Like you have to seek it out.
And it's hard to get into it. Like
it can't possibly be.
It is.
Have you seen the people who are doing teaching? I mean,
it's very competitive. It's a lot of those teachers.
I'm sure in some districts it is, but
a lot of those teachers knew someone that worked at the school, and that's how they got their job.
Well, then that's not hard to get in. That's the exact opposite of hard to get in. If you knew someone.
Yeah, not to say that you're not qualified, but you also got a leg up because you knew a fellow teacher at the school, someone you went to college with, or like the principal or a relative. But teaching jobs are hard to come by, especially good paying ones. So the people that usually work there, they stay.
Yo, I'm trying to get a teaching job. You know anybody over there? Yeah, I do. I can introduce you to a couple of people. I got to ask you, though, do you have a kill list? Oh, I do. Boy, that might hurt you. Tell you what, keep it to yourself. After you get the gig, only mention it to a couple of students.
They really should start teaching Buddhist principles in school. Is that the one that is like, you just kind of let everything go? No attachments? Is that Buddhism?
Be kind of zen about it.
Yeah. I think that would be very helpful.
This is at St. Stanislaus in East Chicago.
People are so angry, and a lot of it comes with over-attachment to things and people and how they think life should be going. And that's how you get this.
You know, there was a video, and I don't remember if I played the audio. I may have. A couple of weeks ago, there was a video that went viral of this girl in class who was kind of surreptitiously filming her teacher, and he was screaming in another student's face. And all these people were coming into the defense of the teacher. And I'm like, you don't get to explode when you're a teacher. Like, I fully understand you would want to, but there are some jobs you don't get, because people were like, you just snap. I go, yeah, there are some jobs you don't get to snap. Cop, teacher, like, you don't get to snap.
Soon to be cop teacher.
Cop teacher.
Teacher cop.
This fall on the CW. Starring, give me a name. Starring Tate Donovan.
And Brett Michaels.
He's a little old. Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels.
Brett Michaels and Tate Donovan are cop teachers. After an all-new Teacher Cops. So, yeah, this is part of the Gary, Indiana diocese, by the way. So they escorted her. You ain't going to tell me teaching jobs are hard to get in Gary. They asked
Everything's hard to get in Gary. There's nothing that's not hard to get.
Gas, not murdered.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of things.
That's also a place where it kind of makes sense to have a list because, somebody's got to do the murdering. Someone's got to keep them stats up.
Gary's coming back. Gary's not as bad as he used to be. They asked her why she had a kill list, and she said, I'm having trouble with my mental health, and sometimes the kids do not listen. I also have trauma from when I went to high school. So, again, I don't know who the gatekeepers are for a lot of school districts, but a fifth grader was overheard saying, I heard Miss Carrasquillo wants to kill herself and has a list of others. I mean, you don't hear that every day.
They sound so concerned.
If I have to have one more apple on my desk, I'm going to kill somebody around here.
Yeah, but all you guys would be fine because you all listened in school. I'd be the one on the kill list.
Maybe we listened too well, and that put us right in harm's way.
But you did well in school.
I was smart, yeah, but I acted out.
Oh, I did too. I was
not a bad kid, but I was very distracting. I was always talking and cracking jokes and that kind of stuff. I was in the office all the time.
I was getting straight A's and C's and D's in conduct, boy.
I was exactly the same.
I was
damn
bad
near
at
perfect
everything.
grades,
but Bill was bad across the board.
Across the board, because consistency is key.
Yep. He wasn't even a blip on their radar. And finally, there's a woman who went on Facebook and said that her most beneficial parenting tactic as of recently to improve her kids' health and well-being and attention in school is putting urine in their popsicles.
What? Whose urine?
Hers. She says that she has been introducing a half an ounce of urine to lemonade and making it into popsicles for her daughters. And she can already see the benefits already.
I would lose
because
my
her
mind.
daughter's doing. Somebody's got to be trolling with this, but I still think it's hilarious.
Popsicles, you wouldn't lose your mind. Your mom's feeding you her own pee.
I would want to have a conversation. I'd want to know. Well, first of all, if they still taste good, but you find out there's pee in there. Your mom is only concerned about your health and well-being, so it stands to reason she's probably taken pretty good care of herself.
No.
So maybe it's clear, maybe it doesn't have a tang to it.
Now you've got a strawberry asparagus popsicle.
And when you're making lemonade, don't you want all the tang you can get?
Not that tang.
Oh.
It smells like
Does
coffee.
it have a tang? You drank your pee. Was it tangy?
It was not tangy.
I was going to say, I don't
No,
know if
it's
tangy.
salty.
So gross.
It's salt. It's my pee. I can drink it if I want to.
I know, but like.
But you're not tricking your kids into drinking it.
So much.
I don't have to trick my kids into drinking my pee. They'll drink my pee and they'll like it.
Daddy, may I have a sip from the fountain?
No, not straight from the tap, please.
Not from the tap.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what you do? Casa Cox. I don't know.
You went too far.
There you go. Yep.
If that's possible on this show.
I lay on my back and I go, you got to get the ark. Get the ark.
Like a crazy daisy out in the front yard.
Before it comes, I'm like one of those little cherub statues in my own home. All right. Anyway, so for you.
What are the benefits? What does she say the benefits
I
are?
know. I'm sure
There's a bunch of people that think there's
urine
benefits
therapy
to
is a
drinking.
thing.
Yeah, urine therapy is a big movement on in the health and wellness nutbag game.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take a vitamin. Whatever's in there, I'll just take a pill.
You'll just take uphill.
Whatever it is. If it's like, oh, it boosts your vitamin D, I will go buy vitamin D pills.
What if you
they're
find
saying.
out it's vitamin P, Mary? What if you've been taking this vitamin and you find out it's got P in it?
Phosphorus?
P, vitamin U, whatever. I got to take a break. If you want to text for anything, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com. You can watch there, and you can listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS. Rover's Morning Glory.
It's very